Hello Style Squad, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be making this top. And this top too. If you're new, please subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you doing? We love to have you here. I'm coming with that fire, and that's on period. Okay, so if you like what you see, please stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Alright, for this project I use a 4.25mm hook and some Caron Simply Soft yarn. So I started off by chaining a chain of 100, and 100 was for my size. I am a 34D, 36C, so I chained 100 because I didn't want to have to make extra rows in the back. So this goes mostly rib to rib, past rib to rib a little bit, all the way around. So right now I am counting up 35 chains, and in the 36th chain I'm going to place a stitch marker, and this is where we are placing our stitch marker for our design. So now I'm placing my stitch marker in the 36th chain, and I'm going to count over 10 more chains, and in the 11th chain over I'm going to place my second stitch marker. So now we'll begin working down the row till our stitch markers. I'm showing you where our stitch markers are. So we will be working all the way down the row. So I begin by inserting my hook into the second chain from the hook, double crocheting a double crochet. You're going to wrap the yarn, insert, pull up a loop, wrap the yarn, pull through two, wrap the yarn, pull through two. So we're going to double crochet all the way down until our first stitch marker, and then I'll show you what it's going to look like when we get there. Coming up on our stitch marker, so we are going to place a double crochet, place another double crochet, and then place a double crochet where we're taking out our stitch marker as well. After that, you want to chain 10. So we're chaining up 10 right here. And then we're going to find the other stitch marker and insert a double crochet. This double crochet is very important. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard for me to make it like even, if that makes sense. Like you can make this double crochet like really squished, and then like it won't be even with the other side, so like look weird. But just practice with this. I had to take it out a few times and do it, so this was okay for me. And I'm gonna crochet all the way down the row, and then I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when we get to the end of the row. So do your double crochet all the way down. So we're coming up on the second to last stitch of the row, and we're going to place a double crochet right in there, and then we're going to place another double crochet right in that last chain space. After we do that and struggle, I just always struggle when I'm on camera. I don't understand. I get nervous, guys. Chain 2, turn your work, just straighten it out. Alright, so this is how I do my basic bandeau top. I chain 2, like I said, and then I place a double crochet in that very first stitch, and then when I work all the way down, I'll put it in this last stitch before the chain 2. So that's the way I do it, and I go back and forth, and that's the way I see a straight edge for me. So that's the way I like to make my basic bandeau top. So we're gonna double crochet all the way down till we get to our last 2 stitches, and we're here at our last 2 stitches. So now we are going to place a double crochet in that stitch, another double crochet in the next stitch, and then one more double crochet in the chain space. So I'm gonna write the pattern at the bottom of the screen, and I'm gonna have the rows in the corner so you guys can follow along. So after we place this double crochet, we're gonna chain 9. Now we are going to prepare for a double crochet. We're going to skip the first double crochet and place 1 double crochet in the second stitch, and then 1 double crochet all the way down the row. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like when we get to our last 2 stitches. Alright, here we are coming up on my last 2 stitches. So I'm going to place 1 double crochet in there. And as you can see, I'm placing 1 double crochet right there, the stitch before the chain 2. I chain 2, I turn my work, and then I place 1 double crochet followed by 1 double crochet in every stitch all the way down till we get to the middle. So I'm going to show you the way I begin and end in a few clips, because later in the clips I'm going to just show you where I'm starting from in the middle. So here we are coming up on our design. So we're going to place the double crochets there, and you're going to start to see that you want to follow the pattern. So we can see that we're inclining, so we're going to place 1 double crochet, and we're going to skip that double crochet. Now you want to chain 8. So we're counting down, but row 4 is going to be a little different. Now we're going to place 1 double crochet in the chain space, and then after that we're going to place 1 double crochet all the way down. You see, like, the way I have to do these double crochets, man, like, if I don't like it, I take it out until I get it right. So again, we're double crocheting all the way down, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do when we get to our last 2 stitches. Nothing has changed, it's still the same. I just want to show you guys what I'm doing at the beginning and at the end. Coming up on our last 2 stitches, we're going to place a double crochet in the stitch, another double crochet right there, chain 2, turn the work, place a double crochet where the chain 2 is coming out of, and in every stitch down until we get to our design in the middle. So here we are at our design in the middle, and we're going to place a double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then we're also going to place a double crochet in the chain space. Then we're going to chain 9, we're going to skip the double crochet, and we're going to place 1 double crochet in every stitch down the row. and I want to show you guys every detail because I want to work on getting very detailed in my videos so you guys can see everything that I'm doing. So I'm showing you guys everything in real time for the most part. So now we are going to skip this double crochet and place 1 double crochet in the 2nd stitch, and then all the way down the row till we get to the end. Last 2 stitches, place a double crochet, place a double crochet, chain 2, turn, work your way all the way down back till you get to the middle. That's what we're going to keep doing back and forth till we, switch it up a little bit. So here we are coming up on the end, and I, just explained it, so I'm just gonna let this roll on through. Again, it's the same thing that you're doing on the ends. It doesn't change. But now we're on row 5, and on row 5 you're gonna work your way down, skip, chain 8, put a double crochet in the chain space, chain down the row, boom, just like that, magic. So you're gonna repeat rows 2 and 3 until you reach row 13. If you want your top to look like this, you're gonna repeat rows 2 and 3, and when you get to row 13 you're gonna continue rows 2 and 3 until we start decreasing. The decrease is gonna be the same, so you can follow the decrease for this, but just don't do row 13 where we like cut it. You can just keep going back and forth until you're ready to start your decreases. So I'm counting each chain braid, and I'm on row 13. So here is where we're cutting it. We're going to place a double crochet in the 2nd to last stitch, a double crochet in the last stitch, a double crochet in the chain space, which we normally wouldn't do, but we're going to do it for just this row. Then we're going to chain 8. So our chain 8, chain 9 doesn't change. Odd rows, you're going to chain 8. Even rows, you're going to chain 9. That helped me. So we chain 8. We're going to skip, because on our rows that we chain 8, we skip the stitch. And then we're going to place a double crochet in every stitch down the row. And the last 2, chain 2, turn your work. Catch you guys when we get back to the middle. Alright, so somehow I forgot to record row 14, but row 14 will be repeated just like row 2. So again, we are back in the middle. We worked our way down, we chained 2, we turned our work, we're back in the middle. So now we are going to place a double crochet in the 2nd to last stitch, a double crochet in the last stitch, a double crochet in the chain space, then we're going to chain 8, skip the stitch, place it in the 2nd stitch, then we're going to go all the way down. And on row 16, I'm going to start decreasing my chains in the middle. Look at that. Look at how we cut it, and look at where it's going. It's a chevron pattern kind of thing. If you keep going, if you don't decrease it, I wanted to decrease it. You don't have to do it. You can do this back and forth, chain 9, chain 8 kind of ordeal. Or, I give you guys the blueprint. Take it. Do whatever you want with it. Here we are, coming up on our last 2 stitches. So again, we place 1 double crochet. Now we're going to chain 7. We switched it up, chain 7, we're decreasing. And for this, don't ask me why it works, we have to place 2 double crochets in the chain space. Don't ask me why it works. When I put 1 there, because we were decreasing, it was taking away 1, so it was bunching it up. So I tested it for you guys, okay? So this works. Row 16, 2 in the chain space. And I didn't like the way this looked, so not gonna lie, took it apart and did it again. So we're gonna go all the way down, work our way all the way down, and then we're gonna come back to the middle. So here we are in the middle, and we are going to do what we've been doing. We're gonna keep going. See how this row we are pushing inward. So we're gonna double crochet into the chain space in this row, and then we're gonna chain 6. So I counted down from 8. So when you are doing the burgundy top as well, when you get to your last, chain 8 row and you want to start decreasing, that's when you can start your chain 7s, chain 6, chain 5, chain 4, chain 3, chain 2, chain 1. I didn't do that. I stopped at like chain 3 because that's how, I wanted this to be a crop top, so I didn't keep going. But I'm rambling, so you see what I'm doing while I'm talking. I chained 6, I skipped because I inserted it in the beginning. I just keep looking at it because I just like what it's doing. You see the decreases, you see what's going on. Do you see it? I see it. Again, row 18, back in the middle. So we are going to skip this, skip the last double crochet, chain 5. What does that mean? We place 2. I said what I say. Don't ask me why it worked, because it worked. We place 2. When you start decreasing, you're going to place 2 when it comes to the rows where you're inserting, you're skipping and then inserting. Again, back in the middle. So we are going to do what we're doing. This is the chain 4 row. We're going to chain past our last chain, and then we're going to insert a double crochet in the chain space. Chain 4, skip, insert into the second, chain all the way down to your last 2 stitches, chain 2, turn, work your way back to the middle. So here we are, row 20, and we're back in the middle. So we are on our last 2 stitches. We are skipping this stitch. We are chaining 3. What are we doing? Placing 2. And then all the way down the row. So after this row, I did 1 more row and I ended on a chain 2 and not a chain 3 like I said previously. And then I'm going to show you how I did my arm straps. Alright, so this is our last row. So we're going to place our double crochet. We're moving inwards, so we're placing our double crochet in the stitches, and then right in the chain space, we're chaining 2, skipping, working our way all the way down, and like I said, this was my last row, so I fastened off. So go grab your stitch markers because we're about to place our markings for our arm straps. So I counted 29 stitches inwards from both sides. I say go 32. Mine was like on the far edge for the white, but I like the way it fit on the burgundy because I went 32 on that one. So preference, however you want to do it. So it's weird. The right side moves left and the left side moves left too. I'll show you what I mean. Like, we're gonna work to the left and to the left for both sides. It works. So hey, so we are now placing this slip knot into where our stitch marker is or was holding our place. We're gonna chain 2 once we get it. Now we're gonna place 5 double crochets down. So 1, 2, 5 with me, always fighting with me, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we are going to be working to that chain 2 space, so technically this makes 6. So we're going to chain up 2, we're going to turn our work, we're going to decrease, so insert, pull up, wrap your yarn, insert into the next one, wrap your yarn, pull up, pull through all 3, just like that. You can watch that again if that was too fast. 1 double crochet, and then we're going to decrease into that chain 2. So just like so, like that, like my girl. Chain 2, turn, and then 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then in the chain 2 space you're gonna put 1 double crochet. Now you're asking, why didn't you put it in the first one? Why are you doing it this way? Well, I ran out of yarn, so when I do my edging this way, I feel like it just looks better. I don't have to add like a double crochet, a single crochet edging, so that's why. But I don't like to do this for everything, so I switch it up, you know. I do me because that's my business. So I did 32 rows, including the first row. So the first row, the decrease row, and going, it was a total of 32 rows. And that's how I liked it to fit. So you don't have to do the arm straps like me. You can do like just a chain arm strap. You can tie it, you can leave it as a bandeau, you can do whatever you want. Like I said, I give you guys the blueprint. Take it, go crazy, get creative, do whatever you like. So this is what I did for the arms. I'm going to show you the other side as well, and this is how I'm going to attach it. So right now we are on the wrong side of our work, and what you want to do is just make sure everything is straight, you know. So the concept that we want is to attach the yarn that way, right? By folding it in. So what we have to do is turn it to the right side, then fold our back flap inward, so that when we fold it back out, where we stitched it together is on the wrong side. So I counted 7 stitches in, and my first stitch met up with the 8th stitch. So I did a slip knot. I did this really like in a funky way, because this is not the way you like normally crochet. So I just did a slip knot, chained 1, and kind of like flipped the work towards me so that I could see it better. So I didn't flip it like all the way around, but I flipped it towards me so that like I could crochet like how I normally do. You don't have to single crochet this. You can sew it together. You can do whatever, however you join, however you like to stitch. This is how I'm doing it. All right, so I'm fastening off, and I'm gonna turn it around to make sure everything is going the same way. So when I flip it, flip everything around, yep, it should look just like that. It's supposed to go over my shoulders and land in the back, just like that. So now we are going to move on to the other side after we check. You know, I've done this wrong a few times, so I just always check. Take our stitch marker out, and we are going to be going to the left. Alright, so here I'm creating a slip knot. I'm attaching the yarn again, chaining 2. After the chain 2, I'm going to place 5 double crochets down. So here we are, chaining 2, and then again 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 4 double crochet, and 5 double crochet. Chain 2, turn our work. So we are inserting our hook into the second stitch, pulling up, wrapping, inserting, pulling up, pulling through 2, pulling through all 3, and that is how we decrease. Then we're going to put 1 stitch in the next double crochet, and then again we're going to wrap our yarn. We're going to insert, we're going to pull through 2, wrap our yarn, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through all 3, only 1 decrease, keep it going, turn your work. Now we're skipping that first, going into the second with a double crochet, then another double crochet followed behind it, and then a double crochet in the chain 2 space. Right in the chain 2 space, we're going to place a double crochet, chain 2, keep going until we have our second arm, another 32 rows. So this is the same ordeal. We count 7. I flipped it around. I'm on the right side. So yes, I'm on the right side. I flipped the wrong side inward so I can stitch it together. So now I'm forcefully trying to do a slip stitch, trying to get this to go, because I did some awkward, this is just an awkward hand placement that I did. I don't usually do this. I don't know what happened this time. I'm nervous. I'm nervous, I guess. I don't know. Well, this is the way I did it, so this is the way I'm going to show it. And if you want to sew it, maybe I should wrap, right? No, but however you guys want to attach that together. I like to do it like this. You don't see it, gets flipped. You know, clean work, clean work. That's what we strive for. All right, so we're fastening off, and all we have left to do is our back straps. So honestly, you can make this a corset back and finish it out, add an edging, you know, your basic bandeau corset back. Again, like I said, I ran out of yarn, so I couldn't do that, so I had to just loop it on through. You know what I'm saying? I just loop it on through like we do. So I chained a very long chain. Can't even give you a number because I couldn't count this chain because it was super long. I made one and it was too short, so I had to make one that was just ridiculously long, so I did not count it. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, baby girl, look at that top. Oh, oh, oh. What did she do? Style gang, style squad. Thank you guys so much for joining me on yet another tutorial. I love your support so much. You guys keep me going, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.